Welcome to the 2020 PBA Philippine Cup brought to you by Honda. This is Fight for the First W. It's going to be Barangay Ginebra San Miguel up against Blackwater Bossing. Anthony Stay here together with Diego Dario. Diego, welcome to the coverage, and we've got a good game here. Obviously, Barangay Ginebra and their fans are looking forward to their squad getting their very first win.
Well, as we look at here, they're still looking for their first win, Ginebra and Blackwater, and I think some of the players are still shaking off that a long wait from that break before the season.
You know, how difficult is it from a player's point of view to be out for so long, no competitive basketball, and then suddenly thrust into a conference with even no practice games?
Well, of course, it's different when you play against other players, not from your own team. Game shape is different from, doing all the drills. I think there was one time they were just doing group practices 4 at a time. I don't think that's enough for them to be ready for the season, but it is what it is. They're professional players. They got to do what they have to do.
And at the same time, even the coaches, they want to be able to range and see how their players can perform as a unit and not just playing against each other.
Well, that's so true. It's different if you're, as a coach, you want to see how your system works with different kinds of defenses, different kinds of coverages, especially here in the PBA. A lot of it are reads, scouting, and you just gotta, do what you gotta do as a player and as a coach just to adjust in game.
Right now, let's break down this game at hand, and let's take a look at Barangay Ginebra's last game, and that one, from Coach Tim Cohn's point of view, was horrible, losing that one 94-75.
Well, Barangay Ginebra shot 5 out of 32 from the 3-point line, while NLEX had 12 out of 34. But the turnovers from Barangay Ginebra, that's gonna be tough, especially, But I think, as their first game, you kind of expected that for all the teams. But LA Tenorio as their head guard, I don't think he's gonna let that happen in today's game.
When you look at it, people are saying, yes, everybody was in the same situation, but how come NLEX was able to shoot a little bit better?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just luck, luck at that point. But Barangay Ginebra is still gonna be there and compete on today's game against Blackwater.
Right now, these are the games here today. You can see Barangay Ginebra up against Blackwater Bossing. That's the game at hand. And a little bit later on at 6 in the evening, it's the San Miguel Beermen going up against the NLEX Road Warriors. So we got a great couple of games here this Friday night, and I'm glad to be doing these games with you, Diego, because we are going to have a treat, and definitely the fans are going to be treated to fantastic basketball. As you can see there, the game at hand, Barangay Ginebra up against Blackwater. A little bit later on, we're going to be focusing on a lot of the players of Barangay Ginebra, but I want to be able to talk about Christian Standhardinger, because when you talk about Christian, being a new addition, how hard is that to be able to adjust to new players, new coaches, and a totally new system?
Again, like what you said earlier, Anthony, there's no practice time, not a lot of practice time, not a lot of time to play against other teams. And as a player, you have to adjust to your new coach, to your new system, and I think that's understandable as, Christian Standhardinger used to score a lot of points for the Northport Batang Bear. Now, in their first game, he had 8 points and 10 rebounds. I think he's going to do better this game, now that he's adjusted to that system.
Definitely, he's much better than the numbers that are on the screen right now.
Yes, that's for sure. And I think he won't be back to his 19-point average, 12 rebound average in that 2020 Philippine Cup with Northport, just because they have more weapons, more firepower in this Ginebra team, a lot of options on offense, and he's going to be a big-time defensive presence there for Barangay Ginebra.
Could it be also because NLEX knew that he's still adjusting to the system, and so they were swarming him whenever they possibly can, and he looked a little bit lost at times?
That can actually also be a good point, Anthony. NLEX Road Warriors, all of the teams actually here have their own scouting, and that's probably part of their scouting plan too, to make sure Christian Standhardinger gets a hard time.
Pick on the new guy.
Yeah.
Make sure that you give him the hardest time. And then right now, let's talk about Scotty Thompson. Obviously, Scotty Thompson, a big stalwart for his squad, as you can see him there. Fantastic numbers is what he's been able to show you.
Well, Scotty Thompson's always been like this. He's not a rookie anymore, not a young player for the PBA. He's been here for a long time, and he's just really a smart player, very hardworking, especially on that offensive boards. Right here he had 12 points, 12 rebounds, almost the triple-double. He also knows how to set up his teammates. He also knows Tim Cohn's system really, really well for sure.
This guy must be a real headache for the opposing coaches and the opposing squad because everybody knows he's going to be crashing the offensive boards. They try to do whatever they possibly can, but they just can't keep him off it.
Back when I was, playing here in the PBA, you gotta keep your eyes on Scotty Thompson every single time, especially when you're playing defense against him, because you'll never know when he's crashing for that offensive board.
He always wants to be able to give his squad another opportunity at the basket, and he can really jump up there together with the best of them. And Stanley Pringle, of course, is also one of the players to look out for. But right now, let's switch our attention to their opponent as we take a look at Blackwater's last game. Blackwater has gotten off to a woeful start here. They're 0-2.
Well, Blackwater, they had a lot of changes this offseason. They have a lot of new players, and I think it's just a matter of adjusting. And right here, we see their game against Rain or Shine. It was actually a close game. They lost by 9 points, but a low-scoring ball game, 62-71 for that game, as you see right here on the stats. On that rebounding stat, Blackwater will be having a hard time since they don't really have a lot of big men to, do that physical presence in that rebounding perspective.
Look at this, free throw shooting, 5 out of 13. They need to be able to improve on that because those are free shots that are given to them. You need to be able to take advantage of every freebie given to you.
Well, that's supposed to be easy buckets for any professional player. Free throws, they practice that every day, and hopefully this game they get to shoot better from that free throw line.
Let's see if they're able to do that as we take a look at Kelly Nabong. This is one individual who has actually been able to say, hey, it's a new team, and it doesn't matter because I'm here and I'm here to stay.
And he's still proving to us that he's still a dominant, PBA big man. He can shoot from the outside, as you can see here. He's very physical. He has a lot of antics on and off the court, as you see right here, and he gives that energy for Blackwater bossing.
Look at that, 3 out of 7 from 3-point distance.
Well, in today's game, Anthony, if you're a big man, you also need to shoot from the outside. The game has changed. You gotta spread that floor more for your team. And he also had 7 rebounds, which is a welcome sight for Blackwater.
And a welcome sight, of course, for Kelly Nabong. He's been through a lot of teams, but it seems like he's found a place here and a real home in Blackwater. We'd like to be able to hope that he's able to continue that as we take a look at Silent Simon.
Well, Simon and Ciso had a great first game, but in their next game against Rain or Shine, I think he only had 7 points, as you can see right here, and 5 turnovers. I think Rain or Shine already knew what to do with Simon and Ciso, knowing that he got 23 points in the first game.
So that's really difficult for a player coming off a great game against Alaska. Now, the coaching staff is going to make sure that they key on you and they're going to try to shut you down. And that's normally what happens. That's what they say. It's so difficult to be able to stay as consistent as you possibly can because the opposing coaches are always doing their homework.
Well, as I said earlier, there's a lot of scouting here in the
Yes.
PBA and all professional leagues. And as a professional player, Simon and all the other players should expect that, especially after a good game. They should expect defenses getting thrown at them, different kinds of coverages, and that's just part of being a PBA player.
We are going to take a little break. When we come back, it's Barangay Ginebra up against Blackwater Bossing.
Good afternoon, mga ka-PBA, and welcome to the 46th season of the PBA. This is our first game and it's time to meet the starting lineups of both teams. First, from your Barangay Ginebra, San Miguel. Starting at center from Sasmuan, Pampanga, number 25, Japet Aguilar. At forward from Angono Rizal, number 34, Christian Stan Hardinger. Also at forward from Cagayan Valley, number 11, Stanley Pringle. At guard from Davao del Sur, number 6, Scotty Thompson. And also at guard from Nasugbu, Batangas, number 5, L.A. Tenorio. Head coach of Barangay Ginebra is Tim Cole. And now let's meet the starting five of your Blackwater Bossing. Starting at center from Santa Barbara, Pangasinan, number 12, Marion Maga. At forward from Santa Maria, Bulacan, number 33, Kelly Napo. At forward, number 8, Ed Daquila. At guard from Cebu, number 0, Simon Enciso. And also at guard from Davao City, number 14, Basad Ahmed. Head coach of the Bossing is Nash Racela. Game officials are Jimmy Mariano.
Starting five for both these squads, Barangay Ginebra starting out with Tenorio, Thompson, Stan Hardinger, Pringle, Aguilar. On the other side, Blackwater's got Enciso, Amer, Magat, Dakiwag, and Kelly Nabong. So essentially the same starting five for Barangay Ginebra, of course with their new addition, Stan Hardinger.
And we're going to be excited to see what Christian Stan Hardinger will be able to do against the Blackwater big men.
This tip-off is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. First opportunity here at the basket for Barangay Ginebra.
As you see, Blackwater is in a zone right now, trying to get a lot of touches for Stan Hardinger on the Ginebra side.
Very quickly they go to Christian and he delivers. Asking for a foul there as well. 2-0 early on. Amer being hounded here by Stanley Pringle. They're starting out their offense quite high. Enciso inside the paint, kicks it out. Enciso inside, short. He'll get his own offensive rebound though. Enciso for three, a little bit too strong. Pringle high up for that rebound.
Blackwater back in the man-to-man. I think that was just for the start of the game.
Just to give them a different look, huh?
Yep.
Well, it seemed to have worked. There's a turnover here.
And that's what the zone does for you. You got different looks. You can set up your man-to-man plays, and that's what happened in that last possession.
They swing it on the outside. Nabong, he's not afraid to take those 3 shots. And it's a miss. Once again, Thompson on the outside. Will they try to look for Stan Hardinger inside? Thompson trying to explode. Almost lost it. And you can still see, Diego, that the players are also just not in the groove yet because it's been a while since they've actually had competitive basketball.
Yes, that's true. They're still shaking off that a little bit of rust.
Yes, a lot of rust for some.
Yeah.
Just about a minute and a half gone here in quarter number 1. Amer calling out the play. Dakiwag also on the outside. Enciso. Enciso stutter step. Gets blocked there by Japet.
And as a guard, that's what you got to be wary of when, there's 6'7", 6'8" centers down there to block, as you can see this block by Japet Aguilar.
And Japet is looking over at Simon saying, come on, you gotta be kidding.
Stay out there.
Yes, exactly. Rebound here for Japet. They push it up. Tenorio will now wait for the rest of his squad. Christian's been asking for it. Misdirection, and Scotty Thompson converts.
That's what I was telling you, Anthony. You got to be wary of Scotty Thompson on defense as Ed Dakiwa gets a quick bucket on the other side.
And it doesn't look like Coach Tim Cone is happy with that easy shot there. A timeout will be called. Barangay Ginebra is up by 2. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Well, they're saying it's just a 30-second timeout. So a lot of times you see when Coach Tim Cone sees an easy bucket like that, he wants to be able to make sure they rectify the situation early.
Well, of course, if you make a bucket, you gotta get all your players down back for defense. That's just not, a welcome sight for Tim Cone and the Ginebra San Miguel.
Well, Coach Tim was very disappointed in their first game. But again, he remembers it. He knows it's early goings. But at the same time, he will not continue teaching. Quick passing here by Barangay Ginebra.
Blackwater back in the zone again, still switching things up.
Let's see if Barangay Ginebra can make that adjustment. Tenorio left open for 3. No.
And that's what you're gonna give up if you're in a zone. Open threes, and if you're Barangay Ginebra, you just have to make those threes.
Here's an open shot, and Tenorio knew he just missed it. Still a 2-point lead enjoyed by Barangay Ginebra here. Calling out the play. Tenorio gets it in. Finally, they get it to Stan Hardinger. Up, and he will get fouled. 2 free throws coming up here for Christian.
And that's one of the ways to break that zone is to give it to your big man and let him do the work.
You think there's a little bit of a mismatch there because Christian is much, much bigger than Kelly Nabong inside.
Well, especially Christian got it in that low post right there, and usually in a zone, that's gonna be a guard right there, and that's why he was able to attack quickly on that foul.
Still at 4-2. A little bit too strong there for Christian on the free throw. That's something the coaches have been working on. Yes. The coaching staff trying to make sure that they get his shooting form down, and because he is a big man, he's going to get fouled a lot. They want to make sure that he's able to cash in on those free throws. Dakiwag on the outside. Nabong once again for 3. Still to buy a basket from there.
Love what Blackwater was trying to do there. Kelly Nabong is on the outside, forcing the big men of Barangay Ginebra to leak out and close out to the shooters.
Nabong thought about it. Will now attack inside. Showing us his footwork. Up and under move. Works.
What a move.
And they brought that all the way from the 3-point line.
And it looks like the zone is working a little bit here for Blackwater as Stanley Pringle tries to hit that 3.
Just about 4 minutes gone here in quarter number 1. You see Coach Nash there in the background barking out instructions. Drop pass not going to work. Nabong with a steal. Dakiwag for 3. They've had their opportunities from 3-point distance. Just can't knock it down. Inside pass. Japet off the glass.
Great early seal there by Japet and great recognition by LA Tenorio.
7-4 is our tally. Dakiwag. Little push off there of Scotty Thompson. Scotty doesn't like it, but a foul is going to be called on him.
As you can see here, that early seal by Japet Aguilar, and of course Teniente, with all his experience, already knows what to do with that basketball.
Look at that, Japet Aguilar, new member of the 5,000 point club. 89th among locals, 93rd overall in PBA history. Congratulations to him. Drop pass, Stan Hardinger is going to head to the line once again. Seems like he's going to be heading to the free throw line a lot here today, Diego.
And it looks like he's going to be scoring a lot more than his first game with the Barangay Ginebra. He already has a bunch of points here in the first quarter.
And they're continuously trying to go to him. It was straight, just a little bit too strong. Jeff Chan getting ready to check in for Barangay Ginebra.
I think Tim Cone put Jeff Chan in to have shooters on the court against that 2-3 zone of Blackwater.
He's going to get his opportunities. Christian 1 for 2 once again. With Nabong there, he's drawing Christian Stadhardinger way out of the basket. Can't get it inside. Here's Enciso once again. Shot clock down to 4. Nabong launches. Back rim once again.
Great switch there by Barangay Ginebra. LA Tenorio knew that Kelly Nabong was going to pop off that, and he contested that 3 properly.
All by his lonesome, Jeff Chan. Yes.
That was a practice shot for Jeff Chan, Anthony.
Yes, it was. Barangay Ginebra with a newly brought in Jeff Chan. Left open there for that one. All day, he's gonna knock that down. 7 days of the week and twice on Sundays. Got a timeout on the floor. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Welcome back to the Linares Sports Arena in Pasig. You're watching Barangay Ginebra up against Blackwater Bossing, the first of our doubleheader this Friday. And a pretty good start here for Barangay Ginebra, the kind of start Tim Cone wants for his squad. Anthony Stay here together with Diego Dario. And Diego, so far, what have you seen from both these squads? Let's start off with Barangay Ginebra.
Well, Barangay Ginebra has been getting easy points inside, or they're either getting fouled. And, you know, Blackwater has to do a lot of adjustments going up against the big men of Barangay Ginebra.
Looking at Blackwater, though, they've had more than their share of shots from the outside, and a whole lot of them were hitting the back rim.
Well, you know, they were actually getting good looks. They just have to make those. And once they start hitting that, they're going to get their rhythm.
They're down by 5 at 11-6. Dakiwag will kick it out. And Ciso being hounded once again by Tenorio. And that is going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. Coach Tim's happy about that one.
Simon could have shot that first one instead of faking it.
And that moment of indecision really hurt him.
Well, I think because he's 1 out of 5, so he's trying to set up his teammates first as the lead guard for this Blackwater team.
Pringle on the outside. Still sticking to that zone. Active hands by the defense there. Nice smile there from Jeff, saying he felt he was hacked on the arm. We've got to make their attack here. Japet with the jumper hits.
That's his shot. Fake handoff. one dribble pull-up.
Lead is now at 7, the biggest in the ball game here. They're gonna need to generate some offense here, Diego.
Yes, I think they gotta look for their playmakers right here, Simon and Ciso, trying to make things happen, but still a miss, attacking the big men of Barangay Ginebra.
In transition, Pringle is gonna lose it. 3-on-2 the other way. Can they make him pay? Amer for 3, no. Christian's gonna bring it down himself, and then wait for Tenorio. Jeff Chan trying to make his move. Foul there by Dakiwag. That's going to be his first, and that's going to be the third team foul for Blackwater. Under 5 minutes to play here in quarter number 1.
Mike Tolomia coming in for Simon and Ciso, and also Paul Desiderio.
Let's see if this backcourt change helps generate some offense. Well, we know Mike Tolomia is very active on the offensive end.
And he's used to Coach Nash's system already. You know, dribble drive, heavy guard plays on the offensive side.
Japet's first rest here this afternoon. He gets a good applause from his teammates because we have no fans, unfortunately. You know, so many fans have been tweeting and asking, when are we going to be able to see our players in action? We're hoping soon. Please continue to pray. This time it's a 24-second shot clock violation on Barangay Ginebra.
Christian was looking for a foul. Looks like he got hacked there.
Well, our referees have been calling it both ways, letting the players play. Just hoisting and hitting. What did we say? Colombia likes to be active in the offensive end, and he hits the first 3.
Yup, and that's what you want if you're Blackwater. You know, after subbing in the new players, make something happen right away.
That's a long 2.
That shot too.
Yes, he can. He is the prototypical big man right now. Wide body. Can hit the outside shot.
Like Tolomia got the switch here on Caperal. Let's see what he's gonna do.
Puts it up a little bit too strong. Christian with the board. They're off and running. Open for 3 once again, Chan. Was that a pass to Caperal? He's gonna say so. Caperal says thank you very much.
He'll take it any day.
He's got 4 points early on here. In the backup center of Barangay Ginebra. Nabo has played the entire first quarter. Will he finally get a 3? No, another back rim shot. Christian's picked up a load of rebounds here.
And he's bringing it down court. Got another foul.
Can he make his free throws though? That has been his problem here today. He's shooting 50%. Nabong doesn't like the call.
Yes, I'm still wondering why he's shooting with his left hand. Usually when he shoots his jumpers, he uses his right hand. Maybe he's ambidextrous.
Well, he's 50% if you look at it.
Yes.
Of course, you want to be better than 50%, but let's see. He will go to his left hand. There he is. Back rim once again. So his first free throws have always been back rim. Let's see
if he adjusts
if
right
he
here.
does make the
This second
adjustment
shot.
here. Analeta's going to check in now for Blackwater. You can see the frustration written on Christian's face. No, he's much better than that from the free throw line. That one rattles out. 0 for 2 this time.
And if you're Blackwater, you like that.
Well, he's going to have to prove that he can make those free throws with his left hand. Desiderio calling out the play.
Can hit that.
A little bit too strong though. So you can see most of their shots from the outside have had a great line, just a little bit too strong.
And you can see there's a hesitation when they're trying to drive, trying to make plays against that against that Ginebra defense, because they're just so big inside.
Kick it out, Jeff Chan for three. He's now 1 out of 3 from the field. Capiral launches and hits. He's got 6 points. Well, the pace is really picked up here, Diego.
And that's what Coach Nash probably told his boys, told his men. Andy Magat gets a point against Stan Hardinger.
And there was a little shove at the end while they were both on the ground. Magat started out this ball game, was replaced, and came back after about a minute. They look inside, outside basketball. Back rim that time for Thompson. And Ciso left open for 3. Still can't buy a basket.
Back in his first game, he would make those open threes. Right now, I think he is 1 out of 6 from the field.
That's why he scored 23 points in that first outing against Alaska. But that shooting touch. He's gone here. Let's see if he's able to pick things up. We got a timeout on the floor. Barangay Ginebra looking strong early on. They're up by 8. Welcome back to our coverage here as we take a look at empty in the end game, Japet Aguilar.
Well, you know, Japet had a strong start in that first game. He had 14 points, but ended up with 15, just scoring 1 point in that second half. Maybe still not in 100% game shape. You know, as we talked about earlier, there was a long break before this conference started.
Not to mention the fact that obviously if you score 14 points in the first half, the coaching staff is going to go into the locker room and they're going to say, look, you can't give Japet that many shots. And they keyed their defense on him and he was only able to come up with 1 point there. But he'd like to be able to come up with a stronger performance here, that's for sure, so they can pick up their first victory in the conference. Here's Japet right back in action on cue.
And he's off to a great start too. He has 4 points, hasn't missed from the field.
JD, Jared Dillinger is checking in now for Barangay Ginebra. Some more ceiling.
Blackwater in the zone again, still switching things up.
Capiral on the outside, looking for the opening. That's going to be the second 24-second shot clock violation for Barangay Ginebra.
So the thing with this zone is, Tim Cone runs a lot of triangle actions, free-flowing action, but when Blackwater is in a zone, they have to read the defense more where the gaps are.
Look at some numbers here. Second chance points. Barangay Ginebra with 5, Blackwater, none.
And when you're playing a zone, that's what you give up. Second chance points and offensive rebounds.
Under a minute to play here. Japet on the outside. JD thought about passing. Japet can hit that. Will miss. Dolomia up against everybody basically from Barangay Ginebra. That was 1 against 4. Now they're going to do a weave outside. Inside, Magat.
Great patience and great fake there from Marion Magat.
Coach Tim Cone going crazy on the sidelines there.
See, takes the contact, Japet jumps first, and I think there was some body contact down low, although he got that block.
It was all ball up high, that was for sure. Magat on the line.
Ron Dennison coming in for Blackwater, a great defensive player.
Another one of the players of Coach Nash from college. Magat still can't get the second free throw to drop.
A lot of missed free throws in this game today, Anthony.
And we talked about those numbers, that Blackwater has to make those free throws if they want to stay competitive.
Those are easy points, supposedly.
Supposedly, yep. That's the key word. And Caperal hits once again. He's got 8 points.
He's off to a hot start here, and if they're going to give that shot, he's going to take that any day.
The lead is up to 10. Dolomia has been a welcome addition here on the floor. That heave's not gonna count. The first 12 minutes of action in our first game this Friday is done. And a good showing here for the crowd favorites, Barangay Ginebra, as they lead 21-13. We'd like to welcome everybody back to the Inares Sports Arena. You're watching the 2021 PBA Philippine Cup, brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Anthony Stay doing the call here for this one, together with Diego Dario. And so far, so good for the crowd favorites.
Yes, Barangay Ginebra is off to a great start here. They had a great first quarter. Prince Caperal making his outside shots against that Blackwater zone.
And he's been the difference maker, really, coming off that bench with 8 points. Kelly Nabong checks right back in, and it's been a frustrating first 12 minutes for him. Second quarter action. From the outside, finally hitting is Paseramer.
Eventually, these guys are going to hit their threes. They're professionals for a reason.
Quick ball movement. Caperal once again hits. This guy has not missed, if I'm not mistaken.
Another open shot right there for Prince Caperal on that Blackwater zone. The zone buster for Barangay Ginebra.
The pass is to no one. And Dolomia apologizes. 23-16 is our tally, and Denorio checks right back in. He began this ball game as one of the starters for Barangay Ginebra. Stanley Pringle back in action as well. So 3 of the starters on the floor. That's a poor pass. Dolomia will take it in.
That's not usually the passes that LA Tenorio makes, but if you're Blackwater, that's what you need. Easy points on transition, in transition.
Well, they'll gladly take that. JD on the outside. Caperal thinking about it. It's a 7-0 run here. That's gonna drop. Nice smile there from LA.
That was an awa shot.
That was a soft touch though from that far out. Minute and a half gone here in the second. Nabong whips a pass. Canaleta can hit that. And again, another missed three.
They're actually getting open shots.
A lot of them have been open. You got to make it. JD just lost that one. Amer tries to kiss it off. No. The tip. And they're tipping it to each other. I thought I was watching volleyball for a while. Pringle. Quick move. Puts it up and in.
He just found a way to weave through that defense and hit that soft floater.
He's just so quick. So is this man. Dolomia gets away.
Great move right there by Mike Dolomia. That is patented Euro step.
Cuts that lead back down to 8.
He's been doing that since college.
And the defense knows what he's going to do. They just can't stop it. JD on the board. Lead is back up to 10. Dolomia's got the hand.
Got the switch right here again. Let's see what he can do.
Might have traveled there. Shot clock is at 2. Well, they're trying. Denison just had to launch that one. See, Barangay Ginebra tries to go to the guy who has not yet missed. That's a heat check.
And another one.
And he hits it again.
Prince Caperal right there.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's 6 out of 6. Tremendous shooting shown here by Prince Caperal.
Yes, he hasn't missed this game.
They go inside to Nabong. He's going to be fouled there by Dillinger. Watch it here.
And that's still an open shot.
A little bit of an off angle. He was, technically speaking, behind the backboard.
But if you got a hot hand, you can make shots like those.
It doesn't matter. 12-point lead enjoyed here by Barangay Ginebra. Scotty Thompson checks back in. He had a productive first quarter starting out for Barangay Ginebra.
KG has the mismatch here against Scotty Thompson. Let's see what he can do.
Nabong.
You know, Blackwater has a lot of offensive movement. They move the ball well, but they haven't gotten really a lot of buckets off their offensive sets.
Should they try to attack the basket a little bit earlier? Because a lot of times they're getting caught with a 24-second shot clock violation.
I think right here they have to take the first available shot that they can get, especially with this Ginebra defense.
Instead of giving up those turnovers. Nice pass. Stan Hardinger just launched that one. A little bit too strong. Yakiwag stopped in his tracks there. Great transition defense shown here by Barangay Ginebra. JDV's checked in. Joe Devans for the very first time.
Trying to look for KG Canaleta since a smaller Scotty Thompson is on him.
There's Nabong. No. Trying to get away. That might be last touch on Scotty Thompson. But they're going to say it stays here with Barangay Ginebra. I thought it came off him last.
And I think the refs saw that too.
He's asking for confirmation, and the referee says, we're going the other way. We got 7:30 remaining here in quarter number 2. It's 32 for Barangay Ginebra, 20 for Blackwater. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Prince Capiral here has been on the floor for just 8 minutes. He's got 12 points and 7 rebounds, 6 out of 6 from the field.
No miss yet for Prince Capiral, and if you're Barangay Ginebra, that's what you need, especially against that Blackwater zone, to hit those outside shots, since that's what the zone gives for the offense.
What a stellar start here for him, man. He has now been replaced. Talk about being productive. 8 minutes, you got 12 points and 7 rebounds.
And props to his teammates too for finding him on that offense.
They know who's got the hot hand. Well, the hot hand is now on the bench. Long two, in and out. Christian with the board. They swing it. Are gonna wait and set things up. A lot of time on the shot clock. Pringle puts up a three, short. There's Scotty once again. He didn't get that rebound, but it's gonna be another possession here for Barangay Ginebra.
He's just so hard working on that offensive board.
That's a good block. Shot clock. Did they realize it? There's about 0.2 of a second, I think.
And that's
the clock is showing 0.
And that's the difference when you have Prince Capiral inside compared to having Christian Stan Hardinger. There's a lot of outside threat if Prince Capiral is there. Right now, there's just less spacing for Barangay Ginebra since 2 of the big men are going to be inside.
You think, though, more than anything else, Coach Tim wants to make sure that he's got Christian really into the offense here.
Well, yes,
That's
for
why
sure.
he's brought him back in.
For sure, because you still have to think about defending Christian Stan Hardinger when he's inside. It's just that zone that's working for Blackwater right now.
And that's going to be a turnover there. Finally, a shot clock violation. Still a 12-point lead enjoyed by Barangay Ginebra here as they approach the halfway mark. Quarter number 2. Barangay Ginebra's got 9 turnovers as compared to just 3 for Blackwater.
And they're still in the lead.
And by a lot.
And
Nabo.
it's just because of this, Blackwater's missing their shots.
Taking it all the way home is Scotty Thompson.
And a bucket in transition for Scotty Thompson right there.
The lead is now just ballooned to 14. Might have been an offensive foul. Amer might have traveled. Gets it right back. Coach Tim saying that's a travel. Akiwag, no. They just can't seem to buy a basket, Diego.
They're just taking their shots like late into the shot clock, and that's going to be a little bit hard if you're Blackwater.
Too strong there for Pringle. I thought Akiwag was going to step into that 3. Seems like they're second-guessing their chances from the outside. And here they come once again. Nice pass, whipping it there. Finding Pringle is L.A. Tenorio. And just like that, when you look up at the scoreboard, it's a 16-point edge enjoyed by Barangay Ginebra. Watch it here. Scotty Thompson all the way home.
And it's just easy buckets in transition for Ginebra. Stanley Pringle right here. It's a beautiful finish.
Just a 30-second timeout, so we're gonna hang on to the air here. But things looking good after a 19-point loss the last time out. They want to be able to get into the win column as quickly as they possibly can.
They came out prepared here in this game, especially defensively.
Let's take a look at the tournament format. Single round robin eliminations. So the teams play with each other once, which means it's going to be 11 games per team. Top 8 make it, with the top 4 teams with a twice to beat advantage. Well, actually, they're saying the number 1 and number 2 teams with a twice to beat advantage, and then it's going to be a best of 3 for the teams in the middle of the pack. Just about 5 minutes and change remaining here before we take a halftime break. A break that Blackwater, I think, really needs. Abong. Thinking about what he can do. Foul's going to be called there against Stan Hardinger.
I never thought that was an offensive foul.
One of those bang-bang plays, Diego.
And that's what Kalinabong does on offense.
Coach Tim can't believe it. Simon, no. Nice put back there.
That's where Semirad gets a lot of his points on the offensive rebounds.
He's just an active guy. Pringle setting it up. JDV a little bit too deep inside that time. Three's not gonna work.
It's just not falling for Blackwater today.
At what point, Diego, does it start to become frustrating as a player?
Well, if you're a player, you just have to have that next shot mentality. Next shot's gonna go in no matter what. You gotta forget about the previous plays, your missed shots, and the next one's just going in. That's the mentality you gotta have if you're in there.
Well, an easy shot like that for Dakiwag and for Blackwater can definitely help their cause. Thompson asking for the pick, finds Pringle now. And they're just moving that ball around, Diego.
Well, with that zone, you just have to shift that defense from left to right and eventually find an opening, whether that's a drive or an open shot.
Dakiwag not liking that call. That's going to be just the first team foul for Blackwater. Both these teams have actually managed their team fouls quite well. More outside sniping here with the presence of Jeff Chan. They find JDV inside, and he will head to the line for 2 shots.
And that's what's going to happen when you have 2 big men inside. A lot of high-low action from JDV to Christian Stan Hardinger.
2 shots for Joe.
Second team foul here for Blackwater. I was just about to say that's what JDV can do, still shoot. And then he misses the free throw. Thanks, Joe.
I think he's going to make this one.
Way to make me look bad. Still a 12-point lead enjoyed here by Barangay Ginebra.
Made you proud right there, Anthony.
Finally, at least shooting 50%. He's only taken 2 shots here though from the free throw line. Extends that lead of Barangay Ginebra to 13. Dakiwag inside, using the glass.
I think he's getting his rhythm right here after that easy basket.
That can do it for a player.
Just
That should
seeing
bode
that
well
ball.
for Blackwater. They need that so badly. Look at the ball movement of Barangay Ginebra. Devan short on that 3. Abong playing point center.
Dakiwag trying to make things happen right here. He got the switch. And they turn over.
Jeff Chan. No easy basket's going to be given to him by Enciso. No malice there. Quickly just went over to Jeff, apologized, and Jeff says, yep, that's the game of basketball. Got a timeout on the floor here. So far, so good for Barangay Ginebra. They're up by 11. Welcome back to our coverage here. It's Barangay Ginebra up against Blackwater. Let's take a look at the starting point guard of Blackwater bossing, Paseramer. One of the main reasons why they got him is because he is one of the premier point guards, but so far, not a good start for him.
Well, he's averaging 5 points and 12.5% from the three. That's not what you're expecting from a Paseramer, especially, coming from Meralco. Going to Blackwater, you expect him to lead this team.
Well, today only with 3 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. And he's shooting 1 out of 5.
And I think this is probably one of the adjustment periods, maybe. In a new system, he's been playing with Meralco for a very long time. Now that he's in a new team, he's still probably adjusting to Coach Nash Racella's system.
For Blackwater, they hope he adjusts sooner than later. They need his contribution, they need his leadership. That's a poor turnover. Look at the defense trying to scramble. It looked like they were a little bit of disarray for the time. And they still are in disarray.
And that's what happens when you move the ball from left to right against that zone. Eventually, they're going to make mistakes. And that's a wide open dunk for Japet Aguilar.
Assist numbers, 13-4.
Ginebra just moving that ball better than Blackwater.
Scotty with a no-look pass. Let's take a look at this last play.
Great find there by Scotty for an easy dunk for Japet Aguilar.
He's been wanting to do that from the very beginning. Lead is now at 15. Well, Blackwater's going to need some stops here first. Under 2 minutes to play here in half number 1. Chan launches, short. And Ciso. Pringle to beat, cops out. They go inside to Magat, handoff. Takiwag, is he still hot? No. Comes up real short. Easy basket there for Stanley Pringle. It's a 4-on-2 break.
So tough shots in the Blackwater side and easy points in transition for Barangay Ginebra. Finally, Simon
Ciso gets away. They're going to need a whole lot more of that, Diego.
And I think Simon has to be more aggressive, even if he was missing in that first quarter.
They're right back to that zone. They're very comfortable. Japet wasn't expecting that pass. Canaleta launches and can't hit. We're going to break down the three-point distance numbers. Look at Scotty, first to the ball.
And another easy bucket for Barangay Ginebra right there. You would expect Blackwater to push that pace and get more easy buckets in transition, but it's the other way around as Simon and Ciso gets fouled on that three-point shot.
You might have to review this one. Possible flagrant foul here. But the league always trying to protect the shooters.
Let's see if he was in the landing spot of Simon and Ciso. And that might be a flagrant right there. If you're the defensive player, you have to close out properly, not leaving your foot on the landing space of the shooter.
That's hard to do when you're trying to close out like Stanley was trying to do.
And it's tough if the shooter is actually jumping forward on his shots. A lot of shooters jump forward on their shots, so you gotta be wary of that if you're the defense.
Well, 3 free throws coming here for Simon and Ciso. There definitely was contact there. 29.2 seconds remain. And even the free throws have been a problem here for Blackwater, though we did touch on that during our pregame. Makes the adjustment there. In their last game against Rain or Shine, they only got to the free throw line 13 times. And those 13 times, they only made 5 shots. Not a good percentage. Paras is going to check in for the first time.
Andre Paras getting early minutes right here.
Well, he's one of those players that comes in with so much energy, not to mention rebounding.
Especially if you're a rookie. If you're a rookie, you gotta make the most out of the time that's gonna be given to you. You gotta go all out, even if that's just 30 seconds or 2 minutes.
Foul's going to be called on Paras there, being a little bit too aggressive. But they still have a foul to give. Only the third team foul for Blackwater Bossing. Well, Paras is in there to give up those fouls. Maybe could have given it up a little bit later.
Wait for
Christian
that.
was still outside.
Yep.
Pringle.
Got the switch.
There's a steal. Dolomia will try to finish this. Falling away, in and out. Paras! That's gonna drop. What do we say? He brings in that energy and rebounding, and that's exactly what he did.
Got 2 points right away in 30 seconds of action.
Crashing the boards. Actually, there were 4 players from Blackwater bossing there inside. Heads up play there for Andre. He knew that the game clock was winding down.
And that was kind of close too.
And I think that's why they're reviewing it, just to make sure it counts. Officially, they say it counts. Blackwater still with a mountain to climb here. But nonetheless, they feel with 2 more quarters to go, they can still get back in this one. Once again, you're watching the 2021 PBA Philippine Cup, brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. We'll be back for more. It's 45-32, Barangay Ginebra up.
Hello everybody! At ngayon naisipan lang namin, why not maghamon tayo, tetestingin natin if Chard really knows his free throws. Coach Chard, dali ka na dito!
Okay, game.
Ano
Gusto mo yung malaman?
Ano ba to? Ano?
Ha?
Ay nga.
Okay. Oy, kamo.
Pangit rin, pangit rin.
Sige, may dahilan.
Practice. Ikaw na ikaw na.
Hindi ko na kailangan mag-practice.
Tayo
Go. Ito ba to? Ay, walang practice. Pagkano lang yun, ha?
Pakayapang mo, girl.
Baka hanggang may araw, ha? Oh, no! Ayan na. Hoy, wala pa rin. At least consistent.
Coach, sige, ganito na lang. Dahil di rin tayo makashutuhan mo na lang kami.
Yan. Number 1. Number 1 sa pag-shoot ng free throw. kailangan hawakan mo bola. Kasi hindi ka makakashoot pag wala kang bola eh.
Make sense. Tama
Diba?
ka naman.
Okay,
Tama,
sige,
tama.
sige. So, concentrate ka lang muna. Okay? Tingin ka lang sa ring. Okay? Siyempre, ano,
Dapat ba coach ganyan? Kasi
Oo.
ganyan ako shumut eh.
Mali yan, stepping in.
Ah.
Oo, wala kang sunod sa ano. Diyan,
Yeah, ganito.
Yan, okay. Okay? So, yan. Concentrate ka lang, di ba?
Okay.
Okay, forma mo na ganyan. Stay low, bend your knees.
Aha.
Okay? Nakahawak ka doon. Tapos, pikit. Pikit ka muna. Kasi kailangan mo magdasal. Siyempre, hihingi ka ng tulong.
Okay.
Oo.
Lord, please.
Yan,
Oh.
dasal. Okay? Pikit lang. Okay, tapos sige. Okay, tira. Tira.
Teka.
Sige, bakit? Tira. Tira.
Okay. Tia. Okay.
Dito dyan.
Pikit.
Ay, pambira, oh. Di ba? Oh, alam niyo na.
Yes.
Dali. Yan, walang bayad yan, ha? Oh, saan pa? Oh.
Naiyak ako. Sige nga, coach. Ikaw nga.
Hindi na. Kasi ako, ilang dasal na ako.
Sige.
Oh.
Okay. Step by step.
Ulitin ulit, ha?
Hawak ng bola.
Hawak muna ng bola. Secretary, hawak ng bola.
Hawak bola.
Hey.
Bounce ng konti.
Yan, bounce ng
Pwesto.
bounce. Okay.
Stay low.
Up,
Pikat.
Pikit. Sige.
Piket.
Dasal muna.
Dasal.
Okay.
Lord, isa pa.
Pikit muna. Kasi
Tama ang sinasabi nila.
Diba?
Hard nose free throws.
siyempre, di ba? Kanina hindi kasi ako nagdadasal pa eh. Kaya hindi ako makashoot eh. All na. Pressure to. For the win. Ayan na, for the win. Bako. Ayan na. Okay. Sorry. 21. Ano ba to? Suotan.
How's life been so far with you? For you, inside the bubble?
Well, ako very, very, very thankful na natuloy yung bubble. Because as everybody knows, May pa lang nagbigay tayo ng proposal, and at back then, parang impossible. But right now, I mean, natuloy. Ito na, nandito na lahat, and I think everybody's happy, all the teams are happy na nandito ulit nagko-compete. And I hope the fans are happy kasi nga nabibigyan sila ng konting joy in the midst of the pandemic. So, yun na naman purpose talaga ng lahat. That's why I think everybody really appreciates what they have right now. Especially, marami nawala ng trabaho. Yeah, maraming mga naghihirap, pero tayo nandito nakapagtrabaho pa rin tayo. So that's a great blessing. So, and we hope to share that blessing with everyone.
Coach, pakita mo naman kami, panapos lang natin.
Na ano? Half court? Ay, hindi. Unang-una, kailangan hawakan ng bola. Kasi kahit anong gawin nyo, hindi kayo makakashoot, wala kayong bola. Tapos, concentrate lang, tingin, focus, pikit ang mata, at magdasal. Pagkatapos magdasal, ayun na!
It was an unfortunate ending for me, pero at least napatunayan natin. Chart, those is free throws.
Hard those free throws!
45-32 is our halftime score here at the break, and we'll take a look at some of the highlights here of the first 2 quarters of play, dominated by Barangay Ginebra.
Transition points here for Barangay Ginebra as Scotty gets an easy layup,
They're gonna have to stop the guy with the ball.
especially in transition. Another one here for Stanley Pringle.
So you're already trailing and you give up all these easy points.
Yep, and you don't want that if you're Blackwater.
Right now, let's take a look at the numbers. These halftime stats brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA.
Well, 45-32 Ginebra leading by 13, and they're actually shooting well from the field. 19 out of 34, while Blackwater has 14 out of 43. They gotta make more shots in the second half. Free throws, both shooting not so good. On the rebounding side though, Ginebra 31, Blackwater 15, and you kind of expected this for this game. You know, Barangay Ginebra has a lot of big men, while Blackwater only has, you know, Nabong and Marion Magad, and Andre Perez had some minutes there, and 14 assists. Barangay Ginebra was really moving that ball well, as you can see right here. Prince Caporal had 12 points. Welcome sight for that Barangay Ginebra side. Japet Aguilar 8, Stanley Pringle with 6, Jeff Chan and Scotty Thompson with 5 and 4. While on the other side, Mike Tolomia off the bench, 9 points. And that's what you like. If you're Coach Nash, you want guys coming off the bench if they didn't have really a great start. Simon Encisa with 6, Dakiwag with 6, Baser with 3, and Kelly Nabong with 2.
So you like the bench support, Diego, but at the same time, you need your starters to deliver as well.
Yes, that's for sure. That's why they're starters. They need to produce more in the second half.
And you can see the 4 names that you had there on the bottom part for Blackwater Bossing. Those are all starters.
Yes, and I think they're gonna get their rhythm here in the second half. I don't think they're gonna miss a lot of shots like what they had in the first half. So let's see.
Well, they're going to have to find their range and find their range as quickly as they possibly can, because if they come up with another loss here, they're going to drop further down in the cellar at 0-3.
And if you're Blackwater, you don't want to lose big time to teams like these, because you know your confidence as a team really goes down low when it's a blowout game. So at least try to make it close against Barangay Ginebra for this game.
You want to be able to use these encounters that you have against teams with title aspirations as a barometer to see where you're at.
Yes, that's for sure. And Barangay Ginebra is, you know, they're the defending champs, and if you're Blackwater, at least try to give them a fight for this game.
Well, they're down by 13 entering the second half, and you can see Christian Stadhardinger there talking to his squad, a little bit more involved, and also you can see a little bit more relaxed, I think, coming into this game.
He's a little bit more comfortable with, you know, the Barangay Ginebra system. As you can see here, he already is comfortable and have had a lot of easy shots in that first half.
Well, at this point, we'd like to thank all the fans who have been supporting the PBA all throughout the years, and especially now. They've been dying to get these players back onto the court, and the PBA has done their very best to get the players back onto the court for each and every one of you. Thank you for your support. Just continue to keep praying that the league continues. No more positive COVID results here and there.
Yes, we don't want that.
Hopefully we'll get an update on that situation from TNT and also Terra Firma, of course, because of the contact tracing. They did play each other. And so the PBA has had to readjust its schedule just to be able to make sure that the league continues, and at the same time making sure that the league will get to have a finish. And here Tolomia now in double figures.
And great energy off the bench. Now he's starting in the second half for Coach Nash.
Cuts the lead to 10. Another offensive rebound, and Barangay Ginebra just really bouncing on the boards.
And when you're in a zone, you really can't box out a certain player when you're on defense. So you're really gonna have to give up some offensive boards on that 2-3 zone.
Pringle misfires another offensive rebound. Thompson out to Pringle. Floater works.
That's his shot.
Lead back up to 12. Blackwater really needs some stops, and that's going to help them though on the offensive end. He has been in a groove from the time he stepped onto the floor.
And that's what Coach Nash likes about Mike Tolomia. He's aggressive, tries to make things happen, and he does right here with a beautiful finish on that reverse against the big man of Barangay Ginebra.
Well, right now it seems like he's single-handedly keeping Blackwater in his ball game.
And that's what he can do. He's really a scorer ever since, you know, his college days with FEU and with Coach Nash. Trying to delay the Barangay Ginebra offense with a full court press.
With the quick passing, they get it back up quickly. They're just moving that ball around. Another offensive rebound by Christian. And Baseramera talking to his team and saying, look, don't expect me to get the rebound. I'm supposed to be a guard. Do your job. Brand new 14 seconds to work with is Barangay Ginebra. Pringle hits that three.
And that's the best way to attack that zone. You know, have that ball in the middle, let the defense collapse and find the open shooters.
And the lead is back to 12. Pass whipped inside. That's lucky there for Magat. Coach from Barangay Ginebra saying there was a kick ball. Referees say play on. Japet hits from the free throw line.
Again, Barangay Ginebra hitting that middle where the open spot is in that 2-3 zone of Blackwater.
Magat comes out, two-man game. And Cisa falling away. Look at the passing that they have. Quick attack. And Thompson's going to head to the line for two shots.
They're trying to get easy baskets in transition from the start of this game, Barangay Ginebra.
Simon saying, I got to the spot first. Referees say otherwise. Scotty Thompson, great numbers once again. For a player who just comes in and gives it his all.
He just does a lot of things for his team, you know, offensive rebounds, plays good defense, makes the right decisions on offense, and that's why Tim Cone has a lot of trust in him.
He's now trying to shut down Mike Tolomia. Magat moving without the basketball, gets that pass.
Great find there by Kelly Nabong.
Blackwater hanging around. That's going to be a turnover.
As you can see, Kelly Nabong giving that energy for Blackwater. Great one-hand pass here to Marian Magat with an athletic finish. He can jump.
Nabong launches a three. Still can't buy a basket from there. Christian attacks, gets blocked.
You gotta run here. Try to get easy points.
Tolomia for three. Yes!
He's feeling it.
And now Tim Cone says, enough is enough.
Great extra pass here from Basero Mer. Mike Tolomia took his time. And if you're a pro player, you really gotta hit shots like these.
Got a timeout on the floor. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Nice 6-0 blast put together here. Now you can see they're starting to hit their shots from the outside.
Eventually they were gonna hit their shots. They were missing so many shots in that first half. And good thing for Blackwater. Mike Tolomia already has 18 points, 2 steals, 3 of 3 from the three-point land, and he's shooting that ball well today.
I think I see him starting in the next game.
Oh, that's for sure. Coach Nash likes to mix up that first 5 every time he plays games.
Well, Mike right now making a good case to be able to start the next game, but their focus right now is here on Barangay Ginebra. They feel they can pull the rug out from under them. Tenorio hits from the outside though. Tolomia try to answer right back. I'll go to Enciso first.
And that horns play got the switch. He's trying to make something happen here.
Setting up Nabong. Nabong finally hits. That's back-to-back threes here for Blackwater.
That was a great read by Simon Enciso. He saw LA Tenorio helping on that drive, finding Kelly Nabong open for that 3.
Magat's gonna come into contact there with Christian.
He can really hit threes, Kelly Nabong.
He's probably saying, finally I got one to go. He's
That's
had
for
so many
sure.
opportunities already. Getting away inside, Scotty Thompson.
Again, Scotty Thompson lingering in that baseline. Good cut right there to find that opening.
He's one of those players, you just cannot take your eye off him.
As you can see, Mike Tolomia didn't see him. And Scotty Thompson finishes.
No problem with the free throw there. 60-48 is our tally. Just about 5 minutes gone here in the third period.
Got the switch again. This time, he shoots it on his own against that big man.
Right back to the zone. Christian kicks it out. Pringle, all by his lonesome. No. But Paras has been inserted here by Coach Nash.
He likes the energy that Paras brought in. Mike Tolomia misses.
Well, they need rebounding. We talked about the rebounding numbers a while ago during the halftime break. They were getting pummeled there. Scotty, no.
Another offensive rebound for Barangay Ginebra as LA Tenorio hits that three-pointer.
That's got to be really a cause of concern here for Blackwater. If they got the rebound, they would have been on the offensive end and could maybe cut into that 10-point lead. But right now, it's back up to 13 after Tenorio hits from the outside. And still, Barangay Ginebra making them pay with second chance points. Welcome back to our coverage of the Philippine Basketball Association. The PBA is back. We have crowd favorite Barangay Ginebra up against Blackwater Bossing. The first of our doubleheader this Friday. A little bit later on, we're going to have the San Miguel Beermen up against the NLEX Road Warriors. But the game we've got, Barangay Ginebra up by 13. They've led just about the entire stretch of this ball game.
Andre Perez right here, getting extended minutes. Great move.
Yes, Paras once again. Offensive rebound and putback.
And that's the energy you're looking for if you put in Andre Perez inside that court.
Not to mention an offensive rebound. You're just getting killed on the boards. No look now, Mr. 100%. Prince Capiral has checked in.
Another one right there by Barangay Ginebra.
And Capiral is now 7 out of 7. Nabong for 3. Missed everything that time. I thought Capiral was going to launch. Why not? He has yet to miss here. 3-second violation going to be called on Christian.
That was great defense there by Andre Perez, doing his early work being physical against Christian Stan Hardinger.
Lead still at 13. 5:05 remaining in the third. Takiwag stopping, popping, misfiring. A lot of their gunners have been off here. Christian, the pass behind Capiral.
I think Christian Stan Hardinger thought he was going to stay in that corner.
Well, he's been shooting well, so just stay in the spot and let me find you. Simon trying to stay active here, falling away in hits.
And they say the mid-range jumper isn't as efficient, but if Simon and Ciso's taking that, you're happy with that shot.
If he can find his groove as we try to enter into the fourth period, we just might have had a competitive one. Pringle inside, gets fouled by Paras. That's going to be Andre's third.
Right here, great use of the ball screen. Prince Capiral was down, hits that mid-range jumper.
Paras is going to take a seat here. Magat right back in. Did his job.
Great quality minutes for Andre Perez.
We just might see him back in the fourth. That's a nice find. Jeff Chan. No. Chance here for Blackwater to cut it to a single digit. And Ciso cuts it to 8.
And Ginebra continues to have that drop coverage on that pick and roll, and Simon and Ciso is willing to take that off the screen jumper.
Coach Tim telling his players to speed things up. Big rebound there from Dakiwag. Finds Desiderio. Desiderio with the layup.
Great find by Ed Dakiwag on that sprinting Paul Desiderio.
Don't look now. Here comes Blackwater. They're within 6. Watch it here. And Ciso starting to heat up. And then in the open court, Desiderio finishing. We got a ball game on our hands. Only a 30-second timeout called here, so Coach Tim maybe just trying to stop the momentum, break it more than anything else.
Yes, the lead is cut down to 6, and you know, Barangay Ginebra has to stop that momentum right here by Blackwater.
Christian's gonna take a seat. Japet comes right back in, together with Scotty Thompson.
And the difference here in the second half, Blackwater was just hitting their shots. They're taking the same shots, taking the same open shots. This time they're just hitting them.
Gonna have Scotty bring it up. In no hurry, they want a quality shot. And a 3-second violation is going to be called there on Japet.
Blackwater got lucky there. Jeff Chan had an open corner
Yes, he
3.
did. That was actually a well-run play. They just couldn't execute because of the 3-second violation, but it did generate an opening. And Ciso all the way home will miss though. He got all the way to the cup and there was no defense. Denoyer gives it up. Chan, short. Magat took his time.
And if you're down big, this is what you want for Blackwater. Get easy baskets in transition. Pick up the pace for the game.
It's a 9-0 blast put together here by Blackwater in the latter stage of the third period.
A lot of Coach Nash Rosella's teams make a lot of third quarter runs.
Foul's going to be called here, stopping the action. Blackwater already in the penalty. Watch it here once again.
Athletic finish by Marian Magat.
He runs the floor so well.
That's what he does.
But with Blackwater in the penalty, that means it's 2 free throws here for Japet Aguilar. Jared Dillinger will check in. A minute 56 remaining. We're in quarter number 3.
Drag ball screen there by KG Canaleta. Paul Desiderio. Let's see if he makes things happen. Great fake.
That's gonna appear in the highlights for sure.
And that's his patented spin move fake straight to a bucket.
4 points here for Desiderio in the third period. And Blackwater has come alive.
And you don't like this if you're Blackwater. You're in the penalty and you get a foul, but Paul Desiderio, beautiful move. After that spin fake and a beautiful finish. That's been his go-to move ever since.
Well, this game is grounded to a halt here because of the penalty situation for Blackwater. Pringle now in for Tenorio. Barangay Ginebra just has so many weapons.
They have a deep bench too.
So far, everybody contributing. And the net was checked in. Desiderio tries to find Canaleta. A little bit late on that pass.
He was actually open for a jumper or probably a floater there.
Caperal! Short, his first miss here tonight.
Trying to attack Prince Caperal here on the ball screen.
Boy, Amira just can't buy a basket from the outside. Thompson stopped in his tracks. Here's Desiderio once again on the break. 16-foot shot hits.
Being aggressive right here is Paul Desiderio off the bench. The number 4 pick in that 2019 draft.
Japet Aguilar was not able to establish himself in the front court when he got that pass. Really elementary errors here from Barangay Ginebra, and here's Desiderio going to work.
That's basic basketball right there. Push the ball in transition, stop on a dime, make a bucket.
Now Blackwater within 4 once again.
Let's see if Blackwater tries to go for a 2-for-1 here. I think it's too late.
They want to be able to get the shot nonetheless. Jump ball situation forced there by Magat. Blackwater wins his tip. They're going to have 14 seconds on their shot clock. Barangay Ginebra gets it. It's going to be them with the final one. The final shot, but 18 seconds to work with.
Here Blackwater tried to milk the shot clock as much as possible.
Canaleta, sweet shot.
2 seconds left for Barangay Ginebra.
Time for one final heave. A little bit off to the right. 3/4 done here this Friday afternoon. And that lead of Barangay Ginebra, which once stood at a high of 13, is now just down to 2. Mike Tolomia. A great game here so far with 18 points, 2 steals. And he's been perfect from 3-point distance.
He started that Blackwater run in that 3rd quarter and his teammates picking off his energy.
As we head to the 4th, it's Barangay Ginebra up by 2. Gusto mo ba ng kakaibang viewing experience sa PBA? Register to join the PBA Virtual Fan Experience and then become a bida fan. Dahil dito sa PBA, tayo ang bida. Registration link will be posted a day before each PBA game on PBA, PBA Rush, TV5, and One Sports Facebook page. Fourth and final quarter is upon us. Anthony Sutay here together with Diego Dario. Got a good one on our hands. Barangay Ginebra up by 2 as we take a look at the quarter scoring.
Well, that was a great run by Blackwater, making it a ball game in this last quarter. Josh Toralba getting minutes here, the rookie for Blackwater.
What a time to put in the rookie. A crucial stage when you're trying to make a run. You're now within 2. JD. Never back out to quick passing on the perimeter. Dillinger short in that 3. Kiwag inside the paint, spinning. Overshoots.
Safety foul there by KG Canaleta. Smart foul, actually.
And here comes Mike Dolomia, the hero so far for Blackwater. Now LA Tenorio will check back in. Just when it looked like Barangay Ginebra might be cruising to a victory here, Blackwater says, not too fast.
If you're Barangay Ginebra, you want this game not to be super close since the schedule this season is going to be packed, so you want to rest some of your star players. But Blackwater making a great run here.
Quickly, a minute gone here in the fourth and final period. There's that passing in the perimeter once again. Shot clock down to 1. JD puts it up. Stan Herdinger misses. Capital can't grab that rebound. Blackwater can tie things up here. Or take the lead with a 3. A bit too strong for Canaleta. Pringle. He's looking for a 3-point play. Fouled by Tolomia.
He's putting that head down, using his shoulders to attack that basket.
Quickly, 2 fouls here on Blackwater. They got in the penalty. Pringle about the 12-minute mark of the third. Here comes JDV. Caparal has done his job.
Ginebra has all the kinds of big men. They have spread big men, they have, you know, bangers inside, and they got a smart big man here who can make decisions in JDV.
Getting away is Nabong. He was looking for a 3-point play. Disappointed with himself.
Great way to attack that closeout.
Not exactly the highest scoring of games here for Kelly Nabong, but these free throws are definitely going to help.
Actually 2 out of 10 from the field, but he's continuing to be aggressive in this game.
Well, getting these free throws to go through will definitely help him, but it's a miss. Samrat is checked in. There's Toralba, who you talked about earlier. Getting extended minutes. He's played almost 2 here. Baptism of fire here for this young man. Up against the defending champions. Pringle kicks it out. Tenorio knocks down that 3.
He's been doing that all day. LA Tenorio just looking for his spots.
He just makes it look so easy. Toralba's gonna lose it. Pringle.
What a
And just like that, Blackwater is down by 8. Now with Amer. Nabong.
back-to-back turnovers.
Let's see if Barangay Ginebra makes them pay. 2 free throws coming up here for Christian.
That's what you don't want if you're Blackwater. Turnovers and then easy baskets through free throws. And as you look here, LA Tenorio, he's been making that shot his whole career. And another great move here by Stanley Pringle.
Back to the free throw woes of Christian Sanhardinger, which we've had and talked about in the first period. Toralba apologizing. It's so hard for a rookie to be able to come in and, you want to be able to contribute, you want to do well for your team, because every positive contribution keeps you on the floor more.
And that's what they call, don't try to chase your game, let the game come to you.
He will learn as he takes a seat. Dillinger with a foul there. That's going to be the second for Barangay Ginebra. And Ciso on the line now for 2 shots. Takes the first.
You're Blackwater right here. You want to make it close, give them a chance at the end game to steal a win here.
That rattles out. Another free throw miss. Stan Hardinger kicks it out. JDV. Extra pass. Shot clock's now at 3. They'll lose it. It's a 3-on-1 break. They push it forward once again. Tolomia delivers.
20 points now for Mike Tolomia.
Blackwater just won't go away. Pringle kicks it out. Tenorio thought about that 3. So did Pringle. That's gonna drop. Nice soft touch there from Stanley.
That's just a talent shot, not part of the play. Last 3 seconds, just give it to the best player on the floor.
Ciso trying to do the same. Carves out some space and hits that long 2.
He has that step back jumper on point.
Lead back down to 6. This has been very entertaining here this afternoon. Back to Joe. .3 seconds remain.
It's a great step back jumper here by Simon. With a little push off, makes that wide open step back jumper.
Blackwater still in this one, down by 6 as we take a timeout. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Philippines' chances of getting its first ever gold medal is stronger than ever. Share the love for Team Philippines as we count down to Tokyo 2020. Watch the Olympic Games of Tokyo 2020 from July 23 to August 8th on Signal, TV5, One Sports, One Sports Plus, Signal Play, PLDT, and Smart with hashtag See Us Stronger. Today, one of our athletes, Chris Nevares, got the Philippines started on a good note, qualifying for the quarterfinals of the single sculls men's rowing competition. We'll see him in action in the next couple of days.
Of course, we just want to see our Filipino athletes succeed and represent the country well.
We have a total of 19 athletes, so we wish each and every one of them the best of luck. Tenorio had to launch that one. Shot clock was winding down. What will Mike come up with here? He's got the hand. Why not give it right back to him? That's what they do. Simon from downtown. That rattled out. Nabo taps it out. Another opportunity here for Blackwater. Mike thought about it. Bangs into JD. JD will be called for that foul.
Great defense there by Barangay Ginebra, cutting off that drive by Mike Dolomia. But the refs called it a blocking foul.
Coach Tim there, you can hear him in the background complaining. Why are they giving Blackwater and Mike Dolomia 2 shots? Well, the call will stay as Mike made the first. Those 2 shots bring Blackwater right back in this one. They're just down by 4 again.
Crucial free throws there. Keep it close for Blackwater.
As we approach the midway point of the 4th period. Foul's going to be called there on Mike. It's going to be team foul number 4. You don't want to get into team foul trouble this early. And against a team like Barangay Ginebra who makes their free throws.
And when you're trying to catch up, you don't want to give up easy points from the free throw line.
To get it inside. Nothing there for Dillinger. But a foul's going to be called on Nabong. Holding on to Christian there. Christian's a handful inside that paint.
Yeah, that's for sure. He had 2 Blackwater jerseys on him on that rebound.
Now they're going to bring in Magat. They feel he's got a better chance. Semran takes a break. Scotty Thompson back in action. More problems for Blackwater.
Oh,
Wow, Christian wasn't expecting that one. Dolomia will miss. I'm going to say it's a goaltending violation. That's a double black eye for Barangay Ginebra. They haven't counted a basket yet for Blackwater.
so was it a block?
I heard them say goaltending, so that's supposed to be 79. There it is, 79-77. Thompson trying to turn the corner. Can Pringle do it here? Tenorio launches short in that one. Nabong picks it up. Can they finally tie this ball game or take a lead? Chop into the foul.
That's what happens when you have a shooting big man. You know, the defense extends, he has room to drive.
Blackwater already in the penalty. Barangay Ginebra with still one more foul to give. You could have a very long fourth quarter here. Magat for three, short.
Can hit that from time to time.
But he was open. Handoff. Three, no. It's gonna drop.
Lucky bounce,
It
but
looked like it was coming out.
LA Tenari just hitting a spot of threes.
Coach Nash, livid there.
I think they were looking for that 3-second violation inside.
Well, he might have had a point. And looking at that again on the replay, he does have a solid contention, but we're going to take a break. We'll sort things out when we come back. Welcome back to the Linares Sports Arena here in Pasig for this game between Barangay Ginebra San Miguel and Blackwater Bossing. Anthony Sutai here together with Diego Dario. We got a close one. As we take a look at the team standings here, off to a great start. Meralco Bolts, Rainer Shine, and Magnolia. Quickly, both of them with 2-0 records.
If you're Barangay Ginebra, you gotta get that first win to climb up that ladder. And if you're Blackwater, of course, you also need that first win.
You want that first win to be able to get out of the cellar. You'll get deeper in the cellar if you come out with a loss here at 0-3. It's a very short Philippine Cup. Coach Nash there, trying to make his point once again. And that was big. Because if they called the 3-second violation, you would have had possession just down by 2.
Yes, because of that LA Tenorio 3. That's why Coach Nash is still kind of mad at the referees, but it's all part of the game.
Can they recover?
Simon gets the switch here. Mismatch.
Step back three. That rattled out. But now you can see Blackwater getting to those 50-50 balls.
And sometimes that makes a huge difference, if just that little effort to get those 50-50 balls.
Back to Enciso. Almost got that 3 to go a while ago. They look for Nabong. Nabong gets blocked there by Japet.
KG was actually open on that extra swing pass.
Japet is right there to reject it. Oof.
I'm sure
That's a
he's
cement wall.
I'm sure he's fine though. He's Kelly Nabong.
Yeah, that's true. You weren't surprised that the wall didn't crack? Tenorio off the glass. Back-to-back hits here for LA.
Simple basketball for LA Tenorio. Simple but effective.
And the lead is back up to 7. Missed there from Nabong. Pringle. Now they're gonna set things up.
Wow.
No look pass. Japet with a slam.
What a find right there by LA Tenorio. I thought it was going to be a turnover, but he still saw Japet Aguilar on that weak side for an easy dunk.
Back-to-back hits. Japet there with the slam and a chance for a three-point play. Watch it here. No question about that foul, and he slammed that through.
And that's what LA Tenorio does for Barangay Ginebra. You know, that poise, that great decision making, even if it's clutch in the end game.
Free throw doesn't drop there, and still it's a 9-point advantage now by Barangay Ginebra. That's a great dish. Nabong made sure there was contact.
Great pocket pass there by Simon Enciso.
Stereo has been reinserted here by Coach Nash.
Gave Blackwater quality minutes in that third quarter.
Nabong knows these are big free throws. Under 4 minutes to be played here. Don't go away, we've got another good one in a while. San Miguel Beer up against NLEX.
Gonna be an exciting match.
It's a great Friday. It's been raining outside, stay home, enjoy the coverage.
Enjoy Philippine basketball.
It's back. Took a while, but nonetheless, despite the COVID-19 situation, players are here and here to entertain you. Another great pass, but Christian's going to lose it. That's a poor foul. Barangay Ginebra in the penalty.
It's gonna be 2 free throws for Blackwater. Still a great find though by LA Tenorio. Stan Hardinger just couldn't finish.
Well, give some credit also to KG Canaleta. He was there at the right spot. Forced Stan Hardinger
And
to change his move.
playing with Kuya KG, you know, he knows how to take care of his body. That's why, you know, after all these years, he's still playing in the PBA.
That's why they have him in there right now. Veteran leadership. He had a shot earlier that would have actually given his team the 1-point lead from 3. It had a good line, just back rim. Nabong with 2 free throws once again. Blackwater will just not go away. Almost a 5-second violation, and finally it's there.
Great defense there by Blackwater. Surprising that Ginebra inbounds play with a full court press, denying the passing lanes.
Well, Barangay Ginebra should have expected that coming off a free throw. And sees a 2-man game there with Nabong.
Got the switch again.
Takes a 3. Twice that has happened, halfway down, and it was back out.
Well, if you're Simon, you gotta try to attack Stan Hardinger. You have the quickness advantage.
Not to mention the fact that Barangay Ginebra is in the penalty. Here's Pringle doing just that.
Great move there again by Stanley Pringle.
That's going to be a turnover there.
Already has 19 for Barangay Ginebra, as you can see here. Behind the back spin. And a little bit of that shoulder on Paul Desideria's chest. Not too low for an offensive foul though.
That was smooth. Not the kind of pass that you want to issue to Kelly Nabong. That's why it resulted in a turnover. Drop it, comes out. That's well run. So much misdirection, but they can't get that to drop.
Great find again by L.A. Tenorio.
How many times has that three looked like it was gonna drop?
In and out for KG Canaleta right there.
The basketball gods have not been shining their light here on Blackwater, and it's a three-point play on the other end.
Great pocket pass here by Stanley Pringle. And Stan Hardinger just finishes over the smaller KG Canaleta.
That's what he likes to do. He just feels the contact, puts it up and in. Now the free throw. Give Barangay Ginebra a 10-point lead. It's there. 30-second timeout's going to be called here by Blackwater. They need to be able to come up with a good offensive pattern here, Diego.
Yes, and they need to make stops too for Blackwater to have a chance in this end game. Let's see what Coach Nash tries to draw up here.
Games on Saturday, July 24. Meralco up against Rainier Shine at 2, and Alaska up against Phoenix LPG at 4:35 p.m. All games live on PBA Rush, Signal, and on Smart GigaFest. It's going to be a PBA bonanza this weekend, starting off with the games that we have here today. And a little bit later on, as Diego and I were talking about, San Miguel up against NLEX.
A great treat for the fans too, you know. We have, you know, triple headers, double headers, almost every other day.
Right now, crowd favorites Barangay Ginebra on the verge of picking up their first victory here in the Honda PBA Philippine Cup.
See what Coach Nash drew up here this last time out.
Desideria for three. Just overshoots.
That was a great look and great play off a timeout by Coach Nash.
It all boils down to making your shots though. And Ciso had two that were almost down. Canaleta had one. And even that one there, that could have been the dagger, but it falls in the hands of Christian.
Another offensive rebound there.
Now they're going to use clock. Another offensive rebound and put back. And that is what Christian Stadhardinger brings to your squad.
And that's just the story of the game too for these two teams. Offensive rebounds by Barangay Ginebra.
And the overall rebounding story has been so lopsided. KG there just shaking his head.
And rebounds are the ultimate equalizer when you're playing up against, you know, a strong team in Barangay Ginebra. You need to have the same amount of possessions for you to have a chance to win against them.
Now he makes the free throw. Back to back. 3-point plays for Christian Stadhardinger. And that just could be the ball game. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Inares Sports Arena here in Pasig for the game between Barangay Ginebra and Blackwater Bossing. Watch this last play. Stan Hardinger loves to crash the offensive boards.
He got the smaller Basera Mare on him. That's why he was able to get that offensive rebound. Look at that energy.
Look at those numbers. 11 points, but 19 huge rebounds.
I think he's been well adjusted to Coach
Finally.
Tim Cohn's system.
All it took was 2 games, huh?
Yep.
But at the same time, Coach Tim Cohn talked about the fact that he's loved having to coach Christian because he did coach him for the SEA Games. And so they were together there. And he saw the energy that Christian would bring. Banging knees though. He Stan Hardinger together with Japet Aguilar. That's friendly fire.
I think another rookie is getting his minutes right here. Barangay Ginebra, Brian Enriquez getting some minutes.
Well, essentially 1 minute and 7 seconds. It's a one ball game here for Barangay Ginebra. I don't think we're going to be able to see it here from this angle. There you see. They bang knees.
And you kind of don't want that when you're Barangay Ginebra. Game almost done.
Christian will be replaced. Japet stays in. And a foul is going to be called here on Magat. That's going to mean 2 free throws here for Cameral. Prince Caperal can put the finishing touches on this one.
A lot of players stepping up here for Barangay Ginebra. Six players for Barangay Ginebra in double digits today.
Scott is now checking in. Toralba back in. Now time to give some of these young guys some court time.
Need that experience. Get used to that. Probably the court. They're just playing in one court.
Get some minutes in as a pro, officially.
And that's different, you know, getting playing time in a real game. That really boosts your confidence.
Yes, it will. Not really need to shoot here anymore. But I'm sure some of these young guys would want to. Got to get on the board. Tenorio launches, misses. Caperal.
And until the end game, offensive rebound again by Barangay Ginebra, and that's just the story of this game. And Barangay Ginebra will dribble it off.
Well, they're gonna take that turnover. A second remaining. That's our final score. Barangay Ginebra finally in the win column, winning this one 96-81. A resounding victory. Blackwater Bossing did what they could, try to come back, but in the end, Barangay Ginebra just had too much firepower.
Well, that's true, you know. Blackwater had a little bit of a run to make it close, but Barangay Ginebra closed it off with great execution in that offensive side.
Let's take a look at our player of the game. Our next level player of the game is Stanley Pringle. And our next level player of the game is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA.
Well, Stanley Pringle did everything today, you know, scoring the points and getting rebounds and also setting up his teammates as well.
96-81 is our final score. We'll be back to wrap things up in just a bit.
Magandang gabi, kasama natin ngayon ang best player of the game na si Stanley Pringle at si Barangay Ginebra head coach Tim Cone. Stanley, thoughts on your first win of the season?
Oh man, it was pretty rough. I think we're trying to get back to how we was playing. We're really right now focusing on our defense, trying to step up, improve on defense, especially on the ball, and we're just trying to follow the coaches. Guiding us, and be ready for this next game.
Stanley, coming from a bad loss, what adjustments were made for this game?
Nothing too much. I think this time they wanted to play defense how we was playing in practice, and not do too many schemes. But it wasn't too many adjustments, but definitely more effort.
Coach Tim? Thank you, Stanley.
I'm here.
Thoughts on the game, Coach?
Well, it wasn't pretty, that's for sure. And we haven't put together any pretty basketball yet. We're still working to be more coherent and more together in our play right now. It's been a little bit of a struggle. We got Christian late in the preparation phase, so we never really had a chance to really get him, integrated solely into what we do. So he's oftentimes, guessing out there, and when you guess, you have a tendency to be a little tentative in your play. So, but we came out. We weren't ready to play against NLEX, that's for sure. We did a better job of coming in a little bit more focused. And, we're just the kind of team that just, we believe we're going to get better as the conference goes along. We don't really have too much panic this early in the conference. We know we have a really tough opponent coming in against Magnolia on 2 days on Sunday. And so we'll have minimal preparation time for them. And, they're obviously one of the top teams in the league. Especially with the Bueva on that team now, to add to Paul Lee and Ian Sangalan and Mark Boroka and that whole group. So hopefully, we can turn around and put together a good game against them. But again, we're no stranger to slow starts. So, we start slow, we don't panic. We know we're going to pick it up, and we feel we'll be there at the end when it counts.
Mr. Ray Hoble?
Coach, congratulations.
Hi, Ray. Long time.
Hi. Long time. Coach, I'd like to ask what's the reason behind Christian Hardinger's decision to take left-handed shots when he's in the free throw line?
Well, it's an interesting story. He tells us that he was a left-hander when he grew up. When he was young, and his father at the time forced him to play right-handed. So he plays tennis right-handed, he plays golf, right? Anything he writes with his right hand, but he says he's a natural left-hander. And when I arrived to practice, he was already shooting left-handed shots, and during our first practice together. And we just decided that if that's what he feels comfortable with, let him go. And actually, his form, and this is something he'll tell you, his form with his left hand is much better than his form with his right hand, and his form to shoot. So, he's been working hard on it, and he's been making 70-80% of his free throws in practice. So, we're all for it, but he can't suddenly just turn around and be a left-hander during the game, during the up and down action. He's still got to play to his right hand because that's the one he's used to playing with. But free throw shooting, I have full support for that left hand. He shoots it with great form.
Thank you, Coach.
Eros Villanueva.
Hi, Coach Tim. Congratulations on your win tonight.
Yeah, finally got one.
You said something about the team not getting a lot of cohesion early on in this conference, but how important is it for the team to have?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I got muted. Sorry. Let me start that question again. Eli Tenorio and Stanley Pringle scored or assisted on a lot of the fourth quarter points by Ginebra today. With the team not getting a lot of cohesion early on in the conference, how important is it for Ginebra to be having some stabilizing forces in both regards, LA and Stanley, early on in this conference?
Well, our offense is still going to run through LA and Stanley. Christian's addition won't change that. I've said from the beginning when we first acquired Christian, I said that he's not going to get the same numbers he had when he was with Northport. He was the main guy, the sole guy there, and everything ran through him. But the difference between him playing at Northport and playing here is we feel he's going to win more here because he's going to have more weapons around him. He's going to have guys that can take over the game for him. He doesn't have to be the main man all the time. So, Stanley's the best player of the conference last conference. It'd be silly for us to go away from him. He's still the man out there. He made a couple of incredible shots that I was like, whoa. And he woes us all the time. So we're going to continue to play through Stanley in LA, and I think Christian will find his spots. I think Christian is the kind of guy, in my opinion, where he doesn't even have to score a point for him to dominate the game. I mean, he doesn't have to score. I mean, he does it in so many different areas, the rebounding, the defense, the hustle up and down the floor. He's a great passer. So he could actually score 0 points and be the most dominant player on the floor, in my opinion. So, that's what we're looking for. He doesn't have to score. He'll score sometimes, but he doesn't have to be that doesn't have to be his main thrust. He'll still be the man on our team.
Thank you, Coach.
Right now, let's take a look at the game highlights brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Both teams actually got off to a very slow start here, Diego.
Yep, they were not hitting their threes, but as you can see here, Kelly Nabong trying to be aggressive.
The thing was, for Barangay Ginebra, when they got their groove, there was really no looking back.
Well, that's for sure, Barangay Ginebra just had great stops, executed well on offense against that Blackwater zone. And they had a lot of transition baskets, easy baskets for Barangay Ginebra.
You need to be able to stop the ball much, much earlier than that.
Right here, another transition bucket and a great finish. That's the wall Coach Tim was talking about when Stanley Pringle finishes.
The lead now has been built to 13. That became 15 off that slam here from Japet Aguilar.
Yeah, 2 slams this game. This was the first one. Great find.
And so the first 2 quarters look really good for Barangay Ginebra, but the third quarter, this quarter, belonged to Blackwater.
Yeah, so this is the run by Blackwater. Started off by Mike Tolomia, and his teammates picked off from that.
Slowly but surely, they whittled that lead. They brought it down to 6 at one stage here in the third period.
Simon Enciso scoring some point for Blackwater. Didn't shoot the ball very well, and look at this. Great move there by Paul Desiderio on that third quarter Blackwater run. Beautiful finish.
And the lead was cut down to just 2 entering the fourth period. But here is when Barangay Ginebra really showed their poise.
And this is where Coach Tim said, you know, we're still gonna run that offense off LA Tenorio and Stanley Pringle, and they showed that in this fourth quarter, looking for those rolls. And look at this highlight play by Japper Aguilar.
That's the second of the 2 slams that you mentioned that he had here in this ball game. Gagey went up there and tried to stop it, and he got dunked on.
Right here, another whoa moment, just like what Tim Cone said. Again, LA Tenorio, Stanley Pringle just closed it out for this Barangay Ginebra team in the fourth quarter.
And that's your final score, 96-81, Barangay Ginebra. Now in the win column. That does it here for our coverage. Coming up next, San Miguel Beer versus NLEX. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. This has been Anthony Sutaya together with Diego Dario. Stick around. Another game coming up in just a bit.